Right guys, what is going on? Ryan here and welcome to this video. And today I'm going to explain to you why you want to be selling high ticket for your coaching business, right? And I'm going to break down the numbers and I'm going to show you why it makes sense to sell high ticket and why growing your coaching business is going to be so much easier if you sell high ticket, all right? So by the end of this video, you will understand why it is so crucial. And hopefully if you're not selling high ticket right now, you'll change your mind and you'll start ASAP. Okay. Anyway, listen, guys, if you're watching this in the group, just drop a comment below, drop a like. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos, and just drop a like as well and drop a comment. All right. But without further ado, let's get into this. So, why high ticket? All right, guys, over the past 3 years, 3.5 years, okay, since like the last stages of 2020, okay, we've done about $3.5 million in our coaching business, and almost 100% of that has come from high ticket sales, right? So I know what I'm talking about here, probably 99%, right? We may have done like a couple of grand in like sales of like my ebook, all right? But literally 99 point something percent of our business has been all from programs that are at least $5,000, all right? And believe it or not, that's the only reason I've been able to do this. If I was selling something for $100 or $500, I probably would not have been able to do it, all right, in all honesty. So just listen to what I'm saying here. So there's 5 reasons why it is so crucial to sell high ticket, and I'm going to explain them to you, and then like I said, I'll break down the numbers, okay? So the first reason is you are going to get better. You're going to get better clients. Like you're going to actually get better people wanting to work with you, right? And I've experienced this firsthand because not just in the past few years, but probably over the course of like the past 7 years, like 6 or 7 years since I started this stuff, I have sold at every price point, right? I didn't start out selling high ticket. Like the first thing I sold was like a cold email course that was $47, and I sold it through a PayPal link. All right. So I've sold everything from $5, okay, all the way up to, 20 grand. Okay. I've sold at all the different price points. And I can tell you, when you charge high ticket, you will get better clients. You'll get more serious clients. You'll get action takers. And believe it or not, here's the craziest thing. When you charge high ticket, your clients will actually expect less from you. All right. Now, that's not to say that you can like give them less. What I mean is you're going to offer them a transformation, they're going to pay for it, and they're not going to hassle you all the time for every little thing. Now, I've sold things before, right, where it's been $2, $3, $4, $500, okay? And along with this $300 product, let's just say, I've offered like support, right? It's like if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. And let me tell you guys, when you sell something for $100, $200, $300, people will not leave you alone. They expect the absolute world. It's insane, okay? Whereas you sell someone something for, let's say, 5 grand, and you map out, right, here's what you're going to get. They give you the money, you give them that, and they're like, sweet. Right? You'll get better clients, right? It's literally crazy. Like so many of our clients are just a pleasure to work with. Whereas when I sold things for a couple $100 and stuff like that, you get, yes, you get so many customers, but you almost end up like resenting the customer base because you're just getting so many demands. You're like, gee, I wish I hadn't even sold all of this stuff. Whereas if you work with a handful of clients for thousands of dollars, it's like, it's so good to work with these people, right? Now, the second one is you will get better client results. Okay, so not only will you get better clients, as in the people that you work with, will actually do the stuff, they won't bug you, you'll work with a high caliber of person who's actually going to take action. That leads to number 2, where you're going to get better client results. All right, I've sold courses and all this type of stuff in the past. Most people will spend a couple $100 on a course, they won't even bother going through it because they have no skin in the game. All right. Whereas when people have skin in the game, they're actually going to implement. That's going to lead to better results, which gives you more leverage because you can then use those results as testimonials, as social proof in order to get more clients. All right. So it acts as a flywheel effect. All right. Trust me, that's a big one. All right. Now, next one is fewer sales needed. All right. So depending on what your goal is, okay, you actually need to make fewer sales if you can charge more, right? You're probably thinking, yeah, obviously, Ryan, right? But trust me, let's say if your goal is to make like 10 grand a month and you're selling something for $500, you need to make 20 sales a month. Now listen, like for most people, 20 sales is quite a lot. Even at $500, like 20 sales is quite a lot. You have to make 2 sales out of every 3 days. Okay? Whereas if you charge 5,000, now you need to make 2 sales, right? It's a client every 2 weeks. Trust me, it is easier to make 2 sales of 5 grand than it is to make 20 sales of $500. I promise you, because I've done both. And I'm telling you, the 2 sales of 5 grand is way easier. Okay? Then we also have easier to fulfill. So this kind of touches on to like what I was saying about number 1, okay? But it's actually easier when you create this high ticket business model. It's actually easy. Your life is easier. It's easier to deliver the product to the clients. Why? Because you don't have as many of them. All right. Like I said, you know, I've sold courses for $300, $400, $500. I had a couple of thousand customers, okay, at that price point, okay? And I've also got to the point at certain points in my business where I've had like 10 clients, 15 clients, right? But they're paying between 5 to 10 grand. And trust me, with 10, 15, 20 high ticket clients compared to, let's say, 2,000 low ticket clients, the workload is way less, because with the 2,000 low ticket clients, it's just a constant barrage of things that are weighing on you and demands that you have to live up to, right? If you've got 15, 20 high ticket clients, like your life's going to be chill. If your offer's structured correctly, like your life is going to be pretty chill, okay? So it's easier to fulfill. And then last but not least, you'll have bigger margins. This is a big one, and it's a big one that a lot of people don't think about, all right? The more you charge, the larger your profit margins typically are going to be, all right? If you charge $500 for your product, all right, you're almost never going to be able to run paid advertising to it, because to make a $500 sale, it's probably going to cost you $300-400 to make a $500 sale. Like the price point is just too slim, right? The margin is going to be too slim. It's going to strangle your business. Whereas if you have a 5 grand program, you can easily spend $1,000 to get a client, right? And that's a 5x return on your ad spend, right? So it's going to leave you with bigger margins, which therefore allows you to reinvest into the business, bring in more leads, and make more sales, right? And still maintain a big profit margin. Okay. So those are the 5 reasons, guys, that you want to charge high ticket. So what I'm going to get into now, all right, I just want to quickly touch on this before breaking down the numbers. I want to kind of explain just the acquisition process that you're going to want to use. Okay. Now I've said this before in previous videos, but I would recommend using a Facebook group, okay? A Facebook group. Now, the main reason for this, let me just explain why it's so much easier to actually use this type of funnel as opposed to other types of funnels. Now, you're going to get 3 different types of buyers when you use a Facebook group to get clients, right? First thing you're going to get is you're going to get immediate buyers. So these are the people where they join your group, you let them into the group, they reach out, they book a call, they sign up, right? We get that all the time. People join our group and we literally the next day, they'll book a call and sign up with us for, you know, however many thousands of dollars, okay? But that's not going to be everyone. That might be like out of your entire client base, that might be like 5%, okay? Somewhere around there. But then what you've also got is you've kind of got those, you know, let's just say immediate buyers are like those who sign up within the first week. Okay. Well, then you've also got like seven to 90-day buyers. All right. So from like week 1 to like month 3, I call those kind of like your midterm kind of buyers. Yeah. So they don't take ages to buy. All right. But they have to come in, they have to see some stuff, right? They have to kind of build that trust. And in like a couple of months, we find like within 3 months, you can build that trust and they'll be ready to buy from you. Okay. And this is going to make up like a large portion of your client base, right? Maybe like 2/3 of your client base. Okay. But then after that, what you've also got is you've got the 90 days plus buyers. And these are your long-term buyers. And almost no other kind of like funnel system, client acquisition system really like gets these people in the way that a Facebook group does. So let me just give you an example, right? You know, there's been a bunch of times, but a few I can kind of think of in particular where people have scheduled a call with us, they've signed up to work with us, okay? But they've been in our Facebook group for like 2 years, okay? Like 18 months to like 2 years plus. And they've been engaging, they've been seeing our stuff, they've been kind of on the map, then they've kind of gone off the map a little bit, then they've like appeared again, then they've kind of disappeared again, and then they come back, book a call, buy. Right? I can't explain to you how many times like someone signed up and I'm like, geez, you've been like, I've been seeing your name floating around our group since like 2021, right? And they've never bought anything. And then all of a sudden, bang, 7 grand, let's say. Okay. It's amazing. And those are your long-term buyers, right? And this is going to be like maybe, you know, somewhere around like 20%, right? 20 to 25% of your clients. They're just going to come up seemingly out of nowhere from people who have been in your audience for the longest time. It's crazy. Now, if you think with like a VSL funnel, with a webinar funnel, any kind of funnel where you have to like do email follow up, right? Because email sucks these days, guys. Like, you know, you're going to get maybe 15% open rates, 1% click rates if you're lucky. So with a VSL funnel or with a webinar funnel or whatever, that's why in these presentations, you see people have to hard sell. You've got the big stack and you've got all of the like emotional manipulation and the scarcity and the urgency and all of these things. It's because if they don't get you to buy today, you're never going to buy, right? And it's the same with you and your audience, right? If you send people to a webinar funnel, it's that you have to get them to buy on the webinar because if they don't buy, they're gone, okay? With a group, you get someone in the group, if they buy, great, but if they don't, doesn't matter, right? Trust me. If you keep them in that kind of melting pot, okay, keep nurturing, the time will come when they will realize that they want to buy and then they will buy, okay? And the best part is because they've been in your group for a while, you'll book the call, get them on the call, and it will be like the easiest conversion ever, okay? I don't do any hard sales ever with any of my clients. I've had it so many times where people are like, Ryan, like they've literally got on a call, we've had a chat, they've signed up and they're like, Ryan, I just want to say, I love that you're not salesy at all. And I'm like, yeah, you know, you've been watching my stuff for the past 6 months. Like I don't need to be salesy, okay? So that's the benefit of a Facebook group. Now, another thing that I do like about a Facebook group is that you can have your paid traffic and also your organic strategy all in one place. So if you don't have your own Facebook group, let's say you're just doing organic marketing on like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever, what you typically have to have is you have to have like 2 different systems. So you'll have like the ads going to your webinar and that'll be running, and then you'll have like your organic strategy where you're in other groups or you're doing cold outreach or whatever, and then you have to maintain that. So you've got these 2 systems that are kind of running separately, okay? When you've got your Facebook group, your organic strategy is your group, okay? You don't do all this stuff, cold outreach, reaching out to random people. Your organic strategy is literally in your Facebook group, and your ads just run to your Facebook group. So all you have to do is just have this one thing and just execute it properly, and then from there you're going to get clients, all right? So what you want to do from here, like obviously you're going to have a content strategy, okay, an appointment setting process. But from the Facebook group, you're always going to want to go to a call, right? You're always going to want to go to a call. I hear people sometimes saying, "Oh, I don't want to do calls. I don't want to do sales calls. I don't want to have to get on Zoom." Guys, it is going to be infinitely more easy to grow your business if you just speak to people face to face. All right? If you're trying to sell through Messenger, it's just going to take forever, going back and forth, back and forth, back. You're never going to be able to get anything done. And if you insist on selling through a checkout, you're pretty much going to cap your price point at like $1,500, maybe $2,000, right? Unless you're like a savage, right? So also on a checkout, you're going to get like a 1 to 2% conversion rate, right? And why is this? It's because you have zero influence whatsoever. Right? Just send people to a page where they put their card details in. You have no say in what they do. Okay. Whereas if you get someone on a call instead, you're looking at 30 to 50% conversion rate, right? Maybe even higher. Like I've got clients who are closing at 80, 90% on calls. All right. We typically sit between like 40 to 50%. But 30%, like closing 1 in 3 is super easy. Like if you just follow like what we teach in our program about sales, pitching, objection handling, all of that good stuff, all right? Just trust me on this. You want to sell through a call, okay? So let me break down the numbers, right? Because I just want to show you how easy it can actually be to scale to, let's just say, 20,000 a month. I'm just going to use that as an example, all right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to work backwards. So I'm going to start at the bottom of the board and I'm going to go up. Okay, so the end goal is 20K a month, right? You want to make 20 grand a month. Now, from there, what we need to do is figure out what is our price point. Now, let's just say in this scenario, just because I want to kind of emphasize how much easier high ticket makes things, let's just say your price point is $5,000. And guys, you can charge 5 grand in almost any niche, right? We've helped so many people charge 5 grand, 7 grand, 10 grand for their programs. And if you don't know how, if you want help with it, all right, just go down in the description or somewhere around this video or whatever, schedule a call with me. I hope you do, all right? So 20 grand a month, your price point's 5. So now how many clients do we need? We need 4 clients, right? I'm sure you could have figured that out yourself, okay? We need 4 clients. So now what you want to do is figure out your close rate, all right? You should know this if you've been tracking it, all right? But you have to know your close rate. Let's just say your close rate is 1 in 3, okay? 1 in 3 people. So that means in order to get 4 clients, you're going to need 12 calls. 12 calls a month, right? To make 20 grand, 12 calls. All right. Even if you're only including work days, that's like a call every other day. Right. This is so easy, guys. This stuff is so easy. So you're going to need 12 calls per month. Okay. So from here, what you want to figure out is how many group members do you need to get? Because remember, we're going through the Facebook group. Now, what we've typically found, and this can fluctuate a tiny bit, but a good number to aim for, is you want to be booking a call with about 5% of your group members. In terms of however many members come in per month, you want to book a call with about 5% of them. So 1 in 20. All right, stay with me here, guys. I know I'm talking numbers. You might get a little bit lost in this, but this is literally the stuff that helped us hit 150K a month. All right, so I'm just going to put members. Now, 1 in 20. In order to book 12 calls, how many members do we need? We need 240 members. It's not that many, guys. Over the course of a month, that's like 8 members a day, right? Or something like that. I think it is 8 members a day. If you're talking about 30 days in the month, you need about 8 members per day to make 20 grand a month or 240 grand a year, guys. You're talking multiple 6-figure income. If you can just get 8 freaking people a day into your Facebook group. All right. So now what you want to figure out is based on the number of members you need, how many leads do you need to attract into your business? Okay. Now, what we've typically found, okay, is out of everyone who clicks on your ad and opts in, not everyone joins your group. And also, you don't let everyone into your group because some people aren't qualified. Okay, so you don't let them into your group. So we've found that a good number to aim for is about 70%. Okay, you want about 70% of people who opt in to actually end up joining your group. Okay, now I'm not going to try and do this math off the top of my head, so I'm going to guesstimate it, all right? But you can use a calculator. Inside our program, we have all the forecasting sheets and the calculators to give you these exact numbers. However, based on that 70% number, this is going to be somewhere around, you're going to need somewhere around 370 people. Actually, no, maybe about 350 leads. Okay, I don't know if that's actually 70%. I'm sure I'm a little bit off there. Okay, but basically, like 2 out of every 3 people you want to actually join your group. All right, so it's going to be somewhere around there. All right, so now that we've got this number, we can figure out everything else in our business, right? Because you're going to run ads and then you just figure out, how much can I pay for a lead? How much can I pay for a member? How much can I pay for a call? And how much can I pay for a client? Right? Like, it really can be this easy. So now what I'm going to do, okay, what you want to do if you're actually doing this for your own business, guys, is you want to grab a notepad of some sort and you want to figure this out for you. Because this might not be your goal and this might not be your price point. Okay? But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to figure out how much can we actually pay for all of these particular metrics so that we can hit that 20K a month goal. So if your price point is 5K, all right, with our ads in our business, the way that we do things with our clients and with our own program and stuff like that, we always aim for at least a 4x return on ad spend. Meaning for every dollar we spend on ads, we want to get at least $4 back, okay? Now, this month, we're actually at a 37x, which is crazy, but obviously that is an anomaly, okay? It's only like the 9th of January, okay? But we always want to get at least a 4x return because that puts us at 75% profit margin, okay? And then when everything else comes out, you can still maintain a 50% plus profit margin, right? But I don't want to get too deep into that right now. So just based on that, CPA, which is cost per acquisition, which basically means how much can I pay to get a client, okay? We want to get clients for $1,250 or less. That is how much you can pay to get a client, all right? If you can pay $1,250 to get a 5K client, then you could spend 5K to make 20K, all right? Or you can spend 10K to make 40K, right? It's that 4X, okay? So based on that CPA, all right, 1,250, now you want to figure out, based on your close rate, remember, how many calls do you need to take to get that client? Well, we've obviously said 3 calls, right? It's going to take us 3 calls in order to get a client. So how much can we pay per call? Once again, I'm not going to try and divide that by 3 off the top of my head, but it's going to be somewhere around 417.5, I think. All right, it's going to be about 417. Okay, $417 per call. Now, a lot of people, they think that they can't pay this much for a call, right? Most people would be like, I'm not paying $400 for a call. But it's like, if you're selling a 5K program and your calls are qualified, I'll take a $400 call any day of the week, right? Because if we close 1 in 3, we're going to be getting 5K clients for $1,200. All right. So you can pay about $417 per call. Now remember, okay, when it comes to group members, okay, how much can we pay for a group member? Well, we book 1 in every 20 members. So we just want to divide this by 20. So that's going to be somewhere in the region of $21. Okay. We can pay around $21 per call, or maybe just a tad less. And then based on the leads, okay, obviously if for every 3 leads we book, 2, maybe just over 2 of them get into the group, now we need to figure out, right, how much can we pay for a lead, okay? And that's going to be somewhere in the region of $14, okay? Now, remember guys, like I said, like when somebody comes on board with us as a client, we have all of the systems and tools and stuff like that inside our program to figure these out exactly. But these are pretty accurate. Okay, these are pretty accurate. So now you've got this number. And remember before we had the other number, the 350 leads. So we need 350 leads a month. And we know we can pay $14 per lead. Now it is literally just a case of buying 350 leads. Like it really is that simple, guys. And then tracking your numbers, making sure that if there are any bottlenecks, you get them ironed out, okay? That's how easy this stuff can be. You wouldn't believe it. And this is exactly what's helped us take 2 coaching businesses beyond that 100K a month mark, okay? 110K and then 150K respectively, all right? So, guys, anyway, that was a lot of numbers there. That was quite intense, right? But we got there in the end. As always, guys, listen, if you want help with this stuff, all right, all you have to do is just go to predictableclients.com/call or go down in the description, all right, and it will take you to this page here. Now, on this page, there's a calendar. If you want to have a little look below as well, you can see the results we've helped people get, literally like 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month. Almost all of our clients have either been starting from scratch or they've been at like 2, 3, 4 grand a month when they came to us, right? So we're not taking people who are like already doing 30 grand a month, bringing them on as a client and then piggybacking on their results, right? Like we actually help our clients get results that they've never got before, okay? So if you want to schedule a call here, if you just go in, all right, pick a time. What it will do is it will just ask you like a few basic questions just so we know if we can help you or not, all right? And then once you've done that, I'll jump on with you personally. I'll look at your goals. We can figure out what it is that you're trying to achieve. I'll identify any bottlenecks, anything that you're currently doing that is just screwing you over, losing money, holding you back, okay? I'll be able to identify those for you and we'll put together a plan so that you can actually get to your goal, all right? And then if you want my help implementing the plan, we can chat about that as well, okay? So guys, go ahead, hit the link in the description, schedule a call, let's have a little chat, get you crushing it. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, take care.